If you have a remodeling company that's spending 6, 8, 12 weeks on what we can do in a week, it's a superior business model right out of the gate. We get the whole job done while we're there. We're not running back and forth. So we don't have guys that are spending a lot of time in a truck driving from one job to another. It's one job, one customer, 1 week at a time. That in and of itself makes it more profitable.
You're listening to the Remodeler Digital Playbook, a show created to inspire remodeling contractors to achieve success in their remodeling business. I am your host, Rathna Ramakrishnan. I'm also the founder of Remodeler Digital, the digital marketing agency for remodeling contractors. In each episode, I'll be chatting with remodeling contractors and top experts discussing their proven methods for revenue generation, the insights they've gained, and the keys to remodeling success. And I'll be sharing my knowledge of how I created a 7-figure business using digital marketing. Welcome to the Remodeler Digital Playbook podcast, where we explore the strategies and stories behind the most successful remodeling businesses in America. I am your host, Rathna Ramakrishnan, and today I have two very special guests who are literally breaking the rules of the remodeling industry. Barry Gant is the owner and licensed general contractor of 7-Day Kitchens based in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Lynn handles operations, is the tech whiz, and is a genius at client experience. Now, here's what makes them extraordinary. While most kitchen remodels take 6 to 8 weeks or more, Barry and Aunt have mastered the art of completing stunning, high-quality kitchen transformations in just 7 days. Yes, you heard that right, 7 days. They've built their entire business around the philosophy of one customer, one job, 1 week at a time. And they're proving that speed doesn't have to mean sacrificing quality. Full disclosure, Barry and Aunt are also clients of our digital marketing agency. In fact, they found us through a Facebook ad, which just goes to show that good marketing attracts innovative business owners who are serious about growth. We've been working together to scale their unique business model, and I'm excited to share their story here today. Barry, Aunt, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rathna. We're glad to be here. That was an amazing introduction. I think I would like to have that go off every time I walk in to see a customer. I could just have Rathna's video running right there. It'd be perfect.
I literally walked over to my husband and I was laughing. Look at this contractor.
Right.
He's claiming 7 days because I live here in California in an older home and remodels just take weeks and weeks. So, all right. So let's talk about the impossible promise, Barry. When people hear 7-day kitchen remodel, most think it's either impossible or means you're just cutting corners. Walk us through how you actually deliver on this promise without sacrificing quality.
We get that question a lot, Rathna. We are experts at what we do. Just like yourself, you're a digital marketer. We're just kitchen specialists. So we are incredibly good at what we do. We only do kitchens every day, all day long. We have an amazing group of tradespeople that are really responsible for pulling this all together. It's my brainchild. On's helped me bring it to life, but it's the people behind the scenes that really make it happen. And the question we get a lot is, well, how can we do what other contractors can't? The truth is, they could if they wanted to, but they don't believe they can do it themselves. We are fanatical about productivity, fanatical about efficiency, and we have a lockstep process to take a completely new kitchen or a completely old kitchen to brand new, floor to ceiling in 7 days or less. And in fact, most of our kitchens projects we start on a Monday and they're done Saturday at noon, 5.5 days. That's 9 out of 10 kitchens.
It is the same amount. I mean, it's the same work. We're not skipping anything. When Barry told me about it, and now that I've been with him for a while, I now understand that it's a complete paradigm shift in the way that you remodel. To see these kitchens go from just demo to wonderful in 7 days is just an amazing thing to watch.
Rathna, you should have seen all the people that I talked to, all the vendors that I was approaching, folks that I need to be a part of this process. And every one of them laughed at me. They said, there's no way. There's no way you can do this. This is craziness. But there is a way. And we've perfected this process. We are incredibly good at what we do because it's all we do. We don't build decks. We don't do basements, bathrooms, porches, roofs, gutters. It's kitchens all day, every day.
Incredible. My one of the favorite things my team likes to do is because Aunt shares all the project photos with us, is that they go in and they look at the before and after and they go, oh my God, look at this ugly kitchen transformed in 7 days. And literally it just goes from ugly to shining and spectacular in 7 days. So what was the aha moment for you that made you realize that you could compress what others do in, weeks, sometimes months? Was there a specific project or frustration that sparked this idea for you?
Well, my background's in general contracting. I've been a general contractor for over 20 years now. And we had been following along the same process as all the other GCs. And upon when we were doing our work and the work we were doing then, which was mostly exterior additions, the homeowners kept asking us, hey, can you come in and can you do a kitchen? Can you do a bathroom? Can you do a basement? Can you do this or that? And I was always scared to death to go inside the house because I'd heard the horror stories that other contractors had, being in a kitchen remodel for 6, 7, 8, 9 months at a time. And I thought I wouldn't want to put my customer or myself in that position. But they kept asking us the same question. So what I decided was we had to figure out how to fix the pain point. And the pain point is the time. So we practice on it. We practice on a couple of kitchens. Luckily, I have some very good customers that we had done work for before, and they let us practice with them. And the truth about it is, my first kitchen, I made a promise it'd be done in 7 days. It took us 3 weeks. Took us 3 weeks. We learned a lot. But it gave us opportunity to perfect our process. And now we have it down. It's just cold. It's literally lockstep by the hour through the whole day until the job's done. It's an amazing process. And what's really great about this business, everybody's happy. My customers are happy. I'm happy that they're happy, and the people who work for me are happy because they love doing what they're doing too. They're not stuck in someone's house for 6 months, having to run into the homeowners and the homeowners complaining, well, why weren't you here yesterday? We haven't seen you in a week, or whatever the case may be. So we're having a good time doing what we're doing.
And so you want to have fun like the way you are, instead of the homeowner being grumpy and saying, when is this going to be done? So it's incredible.
We recently had a customer send us a little video of a couple of our guys. They didn't know she was videoing them, but they were playing some 80s music and singing to each other while they were working. And she caught a piece of it, and that was her favorite thing about the whole project. Unless, I mean, the kitchen was obviously the big piece, but she just loved that all the people that were on her project were having such a good time doing it.
People cannot believe how you can start on a Monday morning and in 5.5 days, in 7 days, you're done. How do you orchestrate everything? I think this is the most common question, where people are like, this is not possible. They're just kidding till they live through it and enjoy it. And then if we go read your 55-star Google reviews, there you go, proofs in the pudding. So what happens in the process?
So there, all the what's the beauty about what we're doing is all the kitchens are the same. They look different. The colors are different. The tile might be different. The countertop's different. The hardware's different. The paint on the walls is different. The flooring might be different. But it's the same process every time. It's no different than, you know, you putting a load of laundry in the clothes washer. You load it in there, you put stuff in there, and it just goes. It's the same thing. We're literally a systemized machine that that can take a kitchen from where it is today to completely brand new floor to ceiling in less than 7 days. But there are a lot of people behind the scenes doing a lot of hard work for us. There can be some long days, but we have
S-
pulled together literally a step by step process to make this happen. And without that, we would be nowhere with it. And I think that's what most contractors miss. They don't have, a lot of general contractors, they do a lot of different things, and every new project is something custom and new. And maybe they've done it before, maybe they haven't, or they've done something similar. For us, we're just doing the same thing over and over again every week.
Is the homeowner choosing their tile and their handles and their cabinet facades and everything prior to the 7 days? So everything's ordered and ready. How does that process work?
You got it. That's right. We get all the decisions made up front. All those materials are secured. We know every little detail about the project, exactly how it's going to go together. Um, the tile, the countertops, the cabinets, the hardware, the lighting, everything is
Fantastic.
already pre-spec'd. So we know exactly what we're going to do as soon as we walk in the door on Monday morning.
Key piece to construction. Yeah, they need to be able to lay things out so the homeowner can visualize it.
And we have a wonderful interior designer as well.
So are they making CAD sketches where the homeowner is able to see a 3D rendering, or what is your process?
Yeah, so just to kind of walk you through it real quick, a customer reaches out to us thanks to your wonderful marketing tactics. A lead reaches out to us. We go see them. We tell them. We talk to them about their kitchen, listen about what they want to accomplish, and then from there, we pull together a budget for them, bring in the design team. They figure out all the details about what color combinations, tile combinations they want to have, and then from there, it's just getting it scheduled on the books to get installed.
Yep. So, and I have a question. Since you deal directly with the cold leads, the leads that come in from ads and
7 days.
amazing Google business profile and your website, and how do you handle initial skepticism when homeowners think that your timeline is too good to be true? Or, what's your approach to building trust quickly with a lead who is interested in doing business with you?
Well, I stole a little something from Barry because most of our kitchens actually are can be done in 5.5 days. But 5.5 day kitchen just doesn't sound as good as 7 day kitchen. And I tell people that, they get a little laugh out of it, and it sets the expectation that yes, we do say 7 days, but in reality, a lot of the kitchens we do are actually done in 5.5 days. And I also walk them through the process, right? I think it's a common misconception that we go see them and they choose a kitchen, and then it's some kind of
Mm,
plug and play. Like maybe they have choice A, choice B, or choice C, and that's just not the case. So I walk them through the process that there is a lot of back end work. We have 3 to 6 weeks of work prior to beginning the remodel, where they'll have to do work, we're going to do work, and we work together. It's an iterative process. And once I explain all that and go through it, they better understand why it can be done in the time it can be done.
Well, I'll add to that by saying we have some folks reach out to us and they'll say, we don't even care if it takes 3 weeks to get it done. You'll still be 3 times faster than the last guy that was here. And often the case, they're like, if you get it in 7 days, 10 days, or 21 days, they're going to be tickled because everybody else was telling them 8 to 12 weeks. So, I mean, it is a little bit to overcome, but once,
right.
like An just described, once we explain to them that we are specialists and this is all we do, they kind of get it. They understand that we are not a general construction company. We are a kitchen specialist, period. Hands down, that's all we do. So,
Incredible. What kind of a team does it take to execute what you're promising to your homeowners? Um, do you have a good pipeline of, somebody gets sick, you got enough substitution? Is your team large enough? Speak about your team to us because they are the ones that actually make this 7-day remodel possible. How do you find them? How do you train them? How do you keep them motivated? Do you have any unique strategies?
yeah, and, I think, well, first of all, everybody that is on my team they're amazing people. They're just, regardless of their trade, they're good family people. They're good, upstanding citizens. I mean, they just, making a life for them and their family.
Mhm.
But I also think that a lot of tradespeople get taken advantage of by other contractors, general contractors, big corporations, big builders. They lean on these guys to help
Mhm.
finance their jobs, and that's just not something I'm willing to do. So we hire slow, but we fire fast. So if someone's not pulling their weight, the thing is, it affects everybody else in the construction chain of events. They'll get rid of them for me. My project manager
Mhm.
will just throw them off site and be like, just get out of here. I mean, that's how it has to be. They all believe in what we're doing. Maybe not initially, but when they get into the system and they see how happy people are and how happy our customers are, it resonates with them. It makes them feel good about what they're doing. I have an incredible team, and I couldn't do it without them. I mean, it's people and process that makes this work.
I'd like to add to that. I'm just going to toot Barry's horn for just a moment. Barry is also, he's very good at finding these people. He's very good at nurturing. Um, he's very supportive. Anytime I need help, he's right there with me. If I don't know how to do something, he doesn't get upset with me. He's just like, no, let's walk through this, right? He's super easy to just work with. And he's that way with all of his team. And he takes care of all of us and cares whether or not we all have a very good life, right? He's not just worried about our work life. He also wants us to have a nice, happy personal life. He's just a good guy. He's great to work for. I love him.
So sweet. Give
That
it to
raise
him,
we talked
Barry.
about on, I think you just secured it right there. That
Is
was
it
that
coming?
was it. Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's true. Look, we're all humans. We should be treated that way. We shouldn't be looked at as
Very true.
tools or a path to profit or anything like that. I mean, everybody deserves to be well taken care of. So that's my philosophy. And you can see this gets cultivated on our team. Our team members take care of each other as well. If if the plumber's got to jump in and do some demo, he'll jump in and do some demo. If we need a carpenter to do something and help the plumber out, they pitch in with each other. They all know what the drill is, and it's an important component which I think a lot of general contractors probably miss out on. But the team together is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle. It's the people.
Remodeling is a stressful, business for a homeowner, right? Do you have strategies on how you manage homeowners that get stressed out and, because you're in their space, really moving fast, there's just a lot going on. How do you manage homeowners' stress during it's such an intensive week? I can't even visualize. I'm going to fly out to Charlotte to watch one of these 7-day transformations. What is the most common kind of stresses that you deal with from people?
So once
Mm.
the way we help them feel good right out of the gate is how we come in and we take care of the home. The home protection supplies that we bring, the zip walls, the HEPA filters, all of these systems that help to keep the dust down and mitigate any of that dust intrusion throughout the rest of the house, they can see that we're taking care of their place. And once they see that, they're on board. They're like, okay, they're going to take good care of our home while they're here. And that's just the way to get off on the right foot with a homeowner, because they're all nervous. They're all nervous. It's a high ticket item. They're spending a lot of money. They've been wanting to do this for 20 years, and maybe they've been saving for that long to do it. And they need to know that when we walk in, we take care of the entire process of keeping their home clean and protected.
Let's talk about the business model. From a business perspective, how does a 7-day model compare to traditional remodeling, right? In terms of profitability, we know it's efficient for the homeowner. It's very concerted planning and efficient processes that get you to that 7 days. But if there was another aspiring contractor who was dreaming about wanting to do something like this, how does this compare in terms of a business model to traditional remodeling that takes weeks?
It's got to be superior. If you have a remodeling company that's spending 6, 8, 12 weeks on what we can do in a week, it's a superior business model right out of the gate, just from that standpoint alone. So just from that perspective, the productivity, the efficiency, we get the whole job done while we're there. We're not running back and forth. So we don't have guys that are spending a lot of time in a truck driving from one job to another. It's one job, one customer, 1 week at a time. That in and of itself makes it more profitable. Secondly, traditional remodeling margins are all over the place. But for us, we are a luxury service, a concierge luxury service, and we command a higher price than the guys who are going to take 6 to 8 weeks, no doubt, which again is another boost in margins. So I would say that we probably trend on the high side.
Why Charlotte? Is it your hometown? Why did you pick that market to get started with this revolutionary idea?
I was born and raised right here in Charlotte, so this is where it is. I'm lucky enough to be in a large metropolitan area, so that's helped out a lot. But one of the things that we are doing that, Rathna, I'm not sure we've had even a chance to talk about, is that we are opening an office in New York.
Congratulations! Exciting. When are you coming to the west? When are you coming to the West Coast? California needs you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're working on it soon. Yeah, I mean, we're probably another year and a half away from franchising it, so it's going to happen. It just won't be me. It just won't be me that'll be your sales guy. It'll be someone else. But trust me, I've trained them. I've trained them very well. I promise. Let's go global with it. Why not, right? Who doesn't want it? Who doesn't want it done faster? Like, our world is I mean, you just look at Amazon, what Amazon's done. I mean, they've turned that whole delivery model upside down. And you can have things next day. You can have them in a couple of hours if if you order it early enough in the morning, you can have it that afternoon. It's incredible what they've done. And so, we're trying to bring something that's really incredible to people too.
Absolutely. What do you do for quality control? Is each team member responsible for QC for what they're working on? Do you have a project advisor, project manager that's, on a daily basis, responsible for quality control? How do you make sure? Because in construction, there's so many little moving pieces.
You're right, there is. And there's a lot of quality control. We have a dedicated project manager on site for the entire job. And his job is to make sure that everything gets done the way it needs to get done. If there's a quality issue, he can spot it immediately and have that taken care of right there on the spot before any of the tradespeople can even get out of the house. So typically, what would have happened in a more general remodeling company situation, they may send some guys to go do some work. There's nobody there overseeing them. The work didn't get done properly. No one knows about it until the homeowner calls and complains about it. It's not a case for us because we have someone who is right there every day, all day long until the project's done. And in fact, I make him responsible for the punch list. So, it's it balances itself out. So, he's complaining about a punch list he's got to go back and take care of, and it happens. Well, then he didn't do his job good enough. So, he's on top of it.
I'd like to add to that. Jason is the project manager, and not only does he manage the project's quality control, he also is really good with our customers. He's got a great personality, and he makes them feel very comfortable and at ease. If they want or need anything, or if he sees anything that may be, something small outside the scope, he might just take care of it without even asking. If you read our reviews, a lot of the reviews mention Jason and what an integral part and what a wonderful part of the project he is.
So where do you see 7-day kitchens in the next 3 to 5 years? I know you mentioned about plans to grow into New York. Do you have a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan? Do you use any, there's the very popular EOS, it's called the Entrepreneurial Operating System. Do you use those kinds of fancy tools, or you just know it in your head?
No, yeah, all the fantasy happens right up here in my head. But EOS is pretty cool. It's something we're looking into. But one of our big goals, kind of the big hairy, outlandish goals for us, 60 locations in 5 years.
Fantastic. Wow. When you say locations, is a
Yeah.
location a city, a geo, or
Yes. Franchise it out, and we'll have 60 franchisees in 5 years.
incredible? Let's go.
Yeah,
Exciting.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
That's a lot of advertising spend, right?
yeah, but it's totally doable. I think your business model is
So it'll be a turnkey system. We'll run everything for them. All they got to do is show up and sell a job and get it done. Everything else is we'll handle on the front end for them, so they don't have to waste their time chasing down leads. They won't have to waste their time doing all the marketing stuff that drives most guys in the trades crazy.
correct.
So we'll be looking for good people, number one, that have some construction trade background. They'll make the ideal franchisee for us.
A lot of this podcast listeners are younger contractors. If they were listening to this and trying to figure out how can I improve my project timelines, what is it, one bit of wisdom or 2 to 3 things that you would advise them, where would you start if you had no clue as to how to manage timelines, and how did you get this efficient, and what can a brand new contractor, a baby contractor do to hone those skills in?
I think probably it's hard to help people understand how to be efficient if they're not naturally efficient, or they're not naturally productive. What I would say, it could probably be the biggest help that any young contractor could do is do the baby steps really well. Meaning, answer your phone, talk to your leads, get in front of them, communicate with them. It's really communicate, communicate, communicate. Show up when you say you're going to show up. Do the little things that you say you're going to do. You got to do them. My team makes fun of me all the time. I am really adamant that when I say I'm going to be at an appointment at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's exactly when the doorbell rings. It doesn't ring 3 minutes before, and it doesn't ring 15 minutes after. I'll
Yeah.
show up to that appointment 10 or 15 minutes ahead of time, and I'll sit outside until 1 minute before 2 o'clock, and then I'll go knock on the door, because you have to set the stage right out of the gate. And no one's going to believe that you can do a kitchen or anything else very quickly if you can't even make an appointment. because all you got to do is show up there. It's
Correct.
not that hard to do. But you'd be surprised. We hear all the time, even some of the big remodelers here in the Charlotte metropolitan area, they're not well known for being on time and on budget.
Yep, that's such a great point that you make. Was this a value that was instilled in you, or do you have a favorite book or a podcast or anything, any resources that you'd like to share?
One of the books I think that helped me is and I can't remember the name of the book, but it's about the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 concept is fantastic. We talk about it a lot, and especially what Ann and I are doing. Mm-hmm. We look at what's the 20% of the things that we do that generate 80% of the results, right? And it's a hard concept to wrap your mind around, because even though you're focused on little things as a contractor, it can be incredibly detailed. If you're going to grow a business, you have to understand what is the 20% that you're putting in that's getting you 80% of the results. The other 80% of the effort should be on maximizing the 20% that you're providing. And that's how we look at our business. So that's how we became specialists with kitchens. We get people, we tell them we're kitchen specialists, but they still want to talk about bathrooms. They still want to talk about other remodeling. And yeah, we could take on that business, but that's just not who we are, because we're focused on the thing that gets us the biggest bang and the biggest return. And we just work on getting better at it. A lot of young contractors think they just have to be everything to everybody. And I just don't believe that's the case. And I think we're proof of that. You don't have to be everything to everybody. You can pick and choose what you want to do. Find a niche and be the best doggone contractor in your niche, in your local area, and you'll be fine.
It's incredible that you say that, because my agency follows the same premise. We only work with remodeling contractors. There's HVAC and deck and so many other options, but the team becomes skilled when they just focus on one niche, do it really well, rinse and repeat, understand the keywords, understand the persona of the leads. That I completely agree with that. I think we're in sync with that. And how about you? Do you have any inspirational resources that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, especially for young, if we are talking about young men, I'd say Extreme Ownership is a great book. It's Jocko Willenick.
No.
It's an amazing book. It's really just about taking personal and professional responsibility. And it really teaches you that you can make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. We're all human. We all make mistakes, but making sure that you own up to those mistakes and you communicate those mistakes to, in our job, it's, if I make a mistake, if it's not affecting the job, I'll tell Barry. I'll say, hey, Barry, I messed up. In fact, I just messed up recently by scheduling. I messed up going to a lead. I put the wrong address in. And then when I turned it over to Barry, the address was still messed up. But I accepted full responsibility. I called, I texted, I emailed and said, look, this is my fault. Don't hold Barry accountable for my mistakes. And luckily, we actually got that job. So, but yeah, that's what I'd say. It's about owning up to what you do.
Love it. Extreme ownership and the 80-20 principle. Congratulations.
Yep. One call close. And the guys that are out there who think they can't do this, you're sorely mistaken.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. One call close. Tell them what they need, tell the customer what they need to know, and get them to agree that that's what they want. And then you just move on from there.
Very cool. AI is such a hot topic today. I know in our interactions with lead generation, we use a lot of AI. But in your operations, in your day-to-day activities, are you using AI for any actions? Because most of the world is afraid, oh, my job's going to go away, AI is going to take my role. And if there's one industry where AI cannot do the job, it's remodeling. Try having AI tile and put on an island or a countertop or a handle on a drawer, right? Not happening. So this is an industry where we do not need to worry about AI taking over critical roles, but we do have tremendous opportunity to put AI to work for us, to work smarter, work more intelligently. So are there any things that you, or any tools that you like, that you use on a day-to-day basis for communication, social media? Do you have favorite tools? Would you mind sharing?
I do.
On uses a lot of AI. He's responsible for a lot of communication, and he does a great job coming up with some really great communication pieces that we use with our homeowners to set expectations about what the next step is or how something's going to go. So that's big for us, is to keep our customers aware of what's happening and how they can expect their project or the next couple of weeks to unfold, whether that's design or whether that's a build or what have you. I think AI does a great job helping us really pull together some really great pieces. I'm gonna throw a shout out here to JobTread. JobTread software is fairly new to the game. That is a critical component to what we're doing.
Very cool. So for estimate generation and project tracking, you're using JobTread.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We communicate with our clients through there. We all of our documentation is there. Contracts are there. It takes a minute to get set up for sure. And we've been on it for since the beginning of this year, and we still got some work to do, but it just keeps getting better. It's been a really good tool for
Good
us
piece of software.
from an operations perspective, yeah, and communication for that matter, because the entire team can see all the communications that we've ever had with it. Yeah, it's very good.
Excellent. And how about you? Mind sharing what your favorite tools that you use, how you use them?
Oh yeah. My favorite is still chat. I use a lot of tools, but the one I use day in and day out is still Chat GPT. I've built out all of my custom GPTs for communicating, as Barry said, so that it communicates in our voice, right? The way that we want to communicate to our customers, so that one, our messaging is consistent when we're communicating to them. And two, it's, you can only write so many emails before they get kind of redundant, right? So you can always, what I love about chat is that you can always switch it up. You can make it a little spicier. You can make it fun. And I've been playing around with the tools since it came out. And honestly, it moves so quick that I haven't even had a chance to sit down and play with the agent yet. And I can't wait to dig into that. I'm going to dig into it this weekend while I don't have my daughter.
Cool. Well, we are huge fans of Claude AI, Anthropic. Yeah, Claude is like, it's like talking to a human almost, the way it responds. It's just fantastic. So very cool. So you've built out your custom GPTs and you keep fine tuning it to streamline your processes, and very cool.
Yes.
Let's talk some personal stuff. What do you do when you're not working? Share with me a little bit about, you said your daughter, what are some
Hang out
things
with
you...
my daughter. I work and I hang out with my daughter and I work out. Working out is one of the most important things. It sets a good example for my daughter. She sees that I go work out every single day, take care of myself. But my daughter is really it. I have her 50%
Very
of the
sweet.
time. So yeah, we just have fun.
Do you CrossFit or do a certain kind of workout, or you just know your routine, you do your upper body, your lower body, and you keep going?
I do CrossFit. Well, kind of a CrossFit. It's more HIIT than it is CrossFit. And then I hit the gym also, both.
How about you, Barry? Share a little bit of your personal stuff with us.
I'm a workaholic, and my baby, like On's daughter, my baby is 7 Day Kitchen, so I spend a lot of time with this. it doesn't necessarily mean I'm away from the family, but it's right here is 24/7. But outside of that, my kids are adults now, so they're starting to come into the workforce. I have two of my boys are going to be trades people. They don't know which one yet. We're still trying to figure that out,
Yeah.
but they're going to go into the trade. So it'll soon enough. This will be a true family business. So I'm really excited about that. But my wife and I, we love to travel. We get out of town every chance we get. So that's been nice. It's been really good. But I could only do it. I couldn't do it if I didn't have such a great team behind me. So, it's thanks to people like An and Jason and Michelle and Michael. These people that are on my team, they're incredible. They take care of a lot of work and they put out a lot of fires. One of the things I learned recently is I saw a book cover. It said "Let It Burn." So I don't remember the author, but I instantly understood what it meant, and that meant to me was let your people uh, let the business burn, and let your people put the fires out. And sure enough, hands off, I stepped away, and they all took care of it, which is really great. And so now we're in growth mode because of that. We're in growth mode, and this thing's going to be flying off the shelf. So we're in good shape.
It's inspiring to hear that the next generation is interested in the trades, because I think we need more of that, especially with all of this AI stuff going on. Everybody wants to go into tech, and so
Yeah.
that's very heartening to hear. Um, Very cool. So thanks for sharing that. So if you could change one thing about the remodeling industry as a whole, considering you've done this for so many years, what would it be?
Nothing. I want them all to stay the same. Just keep doing what you're doing. I don't want them to change anything. I'm serious about that.
Very cool. I think it's a great industry. It's a $450 billion industry in the United States. So there's something right that's going on. Okay, so let's pretend it's a kitchen's finished and the homeowner is walking in. Share with me some of the expressions that people have when they see you're finished. I've seen some of the videos and it's super adorable to see the family walk in. What are some things that people say? Do they go wow? Do they go clap?
They all have different things, and my experience is that it's really unique to the person, right? So you have some people that are so overjoyed they can't say anything. And then you have some people who are so overjoyed they can't stop talking, and you're there for like 6 hours still talking about how great the kitchen is after it's done, and you're like, it's,
Sweet.
we either got to fire up the grill or I got to go home and eat. So it's the biggest win I would say is really for my team to hear customers talk about what a great experience they had. My guys often get um, gifts,
Oh,
handwritten notes.
oh, from the
I mean,
homeowners.
it's yeah, exactly, yeah. It's good. They love it. They love it. Yeah. I mean, they're having a good time too.
I
Yeah.
think the only other profession where that happens is teachers. So your staff is almost on the same pedestal, loved by your clients. Incredible. Do you have a favorite moment on that comes to mind when a project culminated and you happened to be there? And do you remember how the homeowner reacted that kind of stuck with you, or an interesting story about the 7-day experience?
I did recently when speaking with a homeowner. She said our process was like magic. She couldn't believe it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
You need to make that a tagline. Magic.
I know, right?
7-day magic.
We almost named the company that, by the way.
Yeah.
It almost was Magic Kitchens. My favorite, as a matter of fact, it's caught on video. When it's one of the very first kitchens that we'd ever done, and that's when the homeowners they come walking in. They went away on vacation, so they saw nothing happen.
Mm.
I gave them little updates like, hey, things are going good. but they didn't want to see any pictures. And we did the reveal at the end. And when they walk in and they see it, I mean, they were just floored.
Wow.
It was such a fun moment. And it was that moment that we actually caught on camera that emphasized exactly what we needed to know to grow this business. And that is how happy people would be at the end.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, it's so emotional remodeling. So it's incredible to hear these stories. Thank you for sharing. So I'm going to switch gears and ask you, when we first started working together, Barry, what was your biggest frustration with digital marketing and lead generation? Because I still remember our onboarding call when I said, Barry, I have some homework for you. I need access to these accounts. And you just rolled your eyes and you said, well, you don't need to walk me through it. This is like the, I don't know, umpteenth time I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, it's a lot like contracting. It's hard for homeowners to find someone that they trust. And I've trusted a lot of companies. This is my fourth business that I've built, sold the other three. And I worked with, you're right, upteenth numbers of marketing agencies that say they can provide all of this value and do all these things. My experience has been that up until now, they haven't been, they were never great, and they were never going to be great. They have a one size fits all mentality. They
mhm.
plug you into some spreadsheet and just do the same thing they've done for everybody. That's that from a marketing perspective is probably not the right way to do it. So, trust is huge. And then when we met you, we instantly fell in love with you, Rathna, and was like, this is
Thank you.
someone that understands where we're coming from. And it's been a good ride for sure.
Your sub account runs on Go High Level. It's an open source platform that my agency works with. We've taken it and we've customized it, and we've probably like further customized it because of An's brain, the way he thinks, the way he asks for more solutions. So it's only making our agency better to be collaborating with you. But do you have any concrete examples of how this automation system has changed your daily operations? Perhaps compare it to what you were doing before, maybe the when a lead came in, what happened then, what happens now? Has it simplified your life? Anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I do. I appreciate all the email. I live my life out of email. My background was in IT, and so I don't know. It's just a habit that I formed over the years. So everything I do is basically email driven. So seeing everything come through in email allows me to prioritize it, and it stays on my radar. So yeah, I like the automation. I like the AI features. I like the AI call answer service.
Voice bot?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's really handy. And I think the more the technology grows, the better that's going to get. Eventually, it's going to be so you won't even be able to tell between a real person and an automated AI.
So, personally, for our team, one of the most exciting things with 7 Day Kitchens is that we've had, I think, a $72,000 kitchen that came from your chat widget. The chat widget is the little pop up
Mhm.
thing,
Mhm.
but every website has a pop up thing, but it's the intelligent questioning and automations that follow through when somebody comes in from the chat widget, and then having that on piece, the live human to immediately follow up because we pass over the chat widget lead to you. So we were literally cheering when we were looking at your leads qualification sheet and saw that there was a chat widget lead. This is literally, somebody that came off the internet, found your website, and money in the bank, right? Because that's what websites are supposed to do. So that was really
Ond and I was just talking about that probably less than a week ago. As we were going through a spreadsheet, and it was like, well, look at what we got here. I mean, we got one from a chat widget, which was great. I mean, I'll tell you one other thing that I like. On didn't say much about it. The AI grader. As you can imagine, we get a lot of phone calls. So having a system that can answer the phone and grade those leads for us without us having to, you know, constantly be on the phone is really, really helpful. So we
Thank
like that a
you.
lot.
The AI grader is a custom solution that I've built on Go High Level, and it's becoming more and more customized because of Arnd's constant emails and feedback, because now it's thinking and reacting like the two of you. So it's finding those golden nuggets, let's leave the tire kickers out and bring in the golden nuggets that are ready to like do business with you. What would you tell another remodeling contractor that's considering working with us or hiring us to be their marketing agency?
Me or Barry? Yeah.
Working with you, Rathna, has been great. You and Arnd are the same person. You both are tenacious, strong personalities, and I know y'all butt heads, but I think that's what makes it all better. Yeah, y'all butt heads on. Come on. So it really is a good partnership, because it takes a lot of strong thought leadership in this space to make some of these things work. It's new to me. It's old hat for you, Rathna. I know you know what you're doing, but you're in a game where technology is changing by the minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you've done a great job kind of keeping us right there ahead of the curve.
Thank you.
And I think with what you've done and the custom solutions you brought to the table for us, any remodeler could use these same systems and see a lot of value easily.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How about you, Arnd? I adore working with you. I love the way you think. And I feel like our snapshot is only improved from your critical thinking and critiquing and asking those questions. And you're literally like challenging AI. And we go back and we look at the prompt and we're like, what is Arnd talking about? Let's solve for this. So I really enjoy working with you.
It's fun. I enjoy working with you too. I enjoy working with you, and I think it takes that kind of feedback. I think it takes being strong enough to be able to hear something and be able to quickly address it, because you do that, right? I mean, I don't know, when I send you an email, it's rarely more than 24 hours and I get a response. That's one of the things I love about you, is that I know if I send something out today, tomorrow I'm going to get an answer. And I love that.
Thank you. Absolutely. Well, you're in it to serve homeowners. I am in it to serve remodelers, right? So I am not going to let you hang over a question. And it's been an absolute delight. And I'm thrilled to hear that you have expansion plans into New York, and excited for the brand. So this has been fantastic. I really enjoyed chatting with the two of you. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rathna. It's been great.
Thank you, Rathna.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Welcome to If you would like to generate more leads through your digital marketing efforts, please visit remodelerdigital.com and check the workshop section for video training and guides on everything from running effective pay-per-click ads and how to have your website be best friends with the Google algorithm. Also sign up for a 15-minute discovery call with me to run an online snapshot report of your remodeling business. This has been another successful episode of the Remodeler Digital Playbook. Thanks for listening.